recognized by other historians, but mainly things we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the smart device application Today in History. What happened today in history?
I can't. I'm in a match.
Historical calendar and the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources, the music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am Aoxander, and I am joined by Sohan, who's currently playing Tekken. And of course, you are you. Sorry for the hiatus of a couple of days. I got violently ill on halfway through Monday, and so I've been getting better so I can get back to focusing on these shows. And here I am. Anyway, today is what is today? Thursday, aka Thursday, March 30th, 2023. Wow, March is almost over already. Holy crap! Wow, what happened?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's jump into the history today, shall we? Starting us off in the year 240 BC, we have the first recorded perihelion passage of Halley's Comet. We were just talking about that the other day when the Golden Loon was on the show. He wanted to know how long we've been recording Halley's Comet, and it's like as far as 240 BC right there. So, and that's the first recorded perihelion, so that's the closest it is to the sun. Anyway, we're going to move on up to 1282. The people of Sicily rebelled against the Angevin king Charles I in what became known as the Sicilian Vespers. I never heard about those, but now I have, so cool. Jumping on up to 1296, Edward I sacked Berwick upon Tweed during armed conflict between Scotland and England. And as we know, sacking a city means like going in and destroying it, pillaging, doing unspeakable things to its women. So, yeah. 1778, playwright Voltaire crowned with laurel wreath. Ah, alright. We got a scientific discovery in 1796. Carl Friedrich Gauss, German mathematician, discovered the construction of the heptadecagon. Heptadecagon. Huh. Well, what is that? I know it's a shape, like a dodecahedron. Oh, okay, it's a giant circle thing made with lines. Alright. 1814, Napoleonic Wars. 6 coalition forces marched into Paris after defeating Napoleon. Ah, so that has to be the Battle of Waterloo. Moving on up to 1856, we got the Treaty of Paris, or one of them, one of the hundreds of treaties of Paris. The Russian Empire, the Ottoman Empire, Great Britain, France, and the Kingdom of Sardinia signed the Treaty of Paris, ending the Crimean War. Oh, so this is the end of the Crimean War. All right. In 1856, look at that. Then we got the Alaska Purchase in 1867. U.S. bought Alaska from Russia for $7,200,000, $109 million in today's world, or as of 2018. So probably over $200 million today, thanks to Brandon. Roughly 2 cents an acre. Wow, that is very cheap right there. We also have in 1870, the 15th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution was adopted, guaranteeing rights to vote regardless of race. For leftists, actually, I'm not surprised because the left are incredibly racist and bigoted, and despite using that as a platform to push their own political agenda. I was about to say, why is this not highlighted? But apparently, I'm surprised that this is even on this source here, because the last thing that the left would want to do is to, glorify anybody, who's not one of them. But also, while that was going on, 1870, Florida territorial government was established. And then, while that was happening as well in 1870, Texas became the last Confederate state readmitted to the Union. Ah. All right. 1893, Thomas F. Bayard became the first U.S. ambassador to Great Britain. Cool. All right. We got a theater premiere in 1894. Gerard Bernard Shaw's comedy play Candida premiered at Theatre Royal, South Shields, England. Got some sports history in 1900. 62nd Grand National. Algie Anthony won aboard Ambush II. The owner was Prince of Wales, King Edward VII. Huh. All right. The Ambush 2. What happened to Ambush 1? I take it that it didn't go out so well. Probably sank. We got another event of interest here in 1919. Gandhi announced resistance against Rowlatt Act. Rowlatt Act. What is that? Let's take a look at that. And actually, you know what? I want to put into the underbar the description, the Wikipedia for the heptadecagon. So I'm going to add that to the underbar of the description. After the show, of course. Oops, wrong button. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. Alright. The Rowlatt Act authorized the British government to imprison any person suspected of terrorism or revolutionary activity without trial and detain them for up to 2 years. The act also restricted civil liberties such as freedom of speech and assembly. Oh, that sounds exactly like what was happening with people involving the 6th day of the first month of 2021 right there. But yeah, so I'm going to add this wiki into the underbar as well, because a lot of that is happening to those guys too. So, alright, let's move on up to 1946. The third Golden Globes, the Lost Weekend, and its star Ray Milland and Ingrid Bregman won. Alright. Got a music premiere in 1946. Harold Arlen and Johnny Mercer's musical St. Louis Women, starring Pearl Bailey and featuring the Nicholas Brothers, opened at Martin Beck Theater in New York City, running for 113 performances. 1947, LPGA title holders championship women's golf at Augusta Country Club. Babe Durkinson Zaharis won her first of 3 titles by 5 strokes ahead of Dorothy Kirby. 5 strokes, that's almost an entire hole right there. 1951, first performance of Walter Piston's Fourth Symphony, commissioned to mark the University of Minnesota's centennial, debuted by the Minneapolis Symphony Orchestra and Tal Dorati conducting. Alright. 1953, Albert Einstein announced revised unified field theory. Okay, so it's unified field theory but revised. So let's take that. Unified field theory in particle physics, an attempt to describe all fundamental forces and the relationships between elementary particles in terms of a single theoretical framework. In physics, forces can be described by fields that mediate interactions between separate objects. Okay. For further reading on that subject matter, please refer to the underbar of the description. That will have a link to that after the live stream. Gonna move on up to 1955. We got the 27th Academy Awards. On the Waterfront, Marlon Brando and Grace Kelly won. Alright. 1959, the Dalai Lama fled China and was granted political asylum in India. Yeah, until China took over that little section. 1961, NASA civilian pilot Joseph A. Walker took the X-15 to 169,600 feet, or 51,690 meters above sea level. So, that's pretty high up there. 169,000 feet. So let's see here. Let's do some rough calculations. 169 600 divided by, let's just say 5,000 roughly. So let's just say 30 miles up in the sky. That's pretty up there. 1964, astronaut John Glenn withdrew from Ohio Senate race. Oh, that's right. He was trying to be a senator for Ohio. We also have 1966, Color Me Barbara, Barbra Streisand's second TV special and the first in color, premiered on CBS. Wow, she'd been around since before color television. Holy cow, dude. 1967, cover picture of the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band album was photographed by Michael Cooper. That's one hell of a cover right there. Wonder how many cardboard cutouts they have in the background. A lot of different people there. Kind of looks like a Monty Python thing, but then again, you know, it is the Beatles. They are British. Do they have copies of themselves here in their suits? Here they are in their wild suits and then normal suits. I don't know. Anyway, got an album release in 1970. Columbia Records released jazz artist Miles Davis's influential double album Bitches Brew. It became his highest charting title, won a Grammy, and earned him his first gold record. Nice. 1972, revival of Stephen Sondheim's musical comedy A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum, starring Phil Silvers, opened at Lunt-Fontanne Theater in New York City, running for 156 performances and winning 2 Tony Awards. Impressive. 1979, Ari Neve, a British politician, was killed by a car bomb as he exited the Palace of Westminster. The Irish National Liberation Army claimed responsibility. Free Ireland already. UK, come on. England. Like, You're supposed to get rid of all of your colonies after the Treaty of Versailles. No, after the not the Treaty of Versailles, after the Geneva Convention. So, let go of Ireland. I understand why Scotland needs to be held, but there's ways to work around that. But Ireland and Scotland need to be independent. So, 1981, 43rd NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. India defeated North Carolina 63-50. Hosier's future Hall of Fame point guard Isaiah Thomas was named Tournament Most Outstanding Player. Ronald Reagan was shot in 1981 on this date. U.S. President Ronald Reagan was shot and wounded in an assassination attempt by John Hinckley. 3 others were also wounded. Wow, and look at this guy pulling out his Uzi. Jeez. Oh. We also have the 59th Academy Awards 1987 Platoon. That's a good movie. Paul Newman and Marlee Matlin won. All right. 1987 as well, Vincent van Gogh's Sunflowers sold for a record £22.5 million, which is $39.7 million. So, let's see here. And the art industry is such an obvious money laundering ring. It is just despicable. So this sold for almost $40 million. I mean, I could understand an appreciation for the arts, but this is ridiculous. Obviously, it's money laundering. So, gonna move on up to 1988. We got the second Soul Train Music Awards. Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston won. Alright. 64th Academy Awards in 1992. The Silence of the Lambs. Anthony Hopkins and Jodie Foster won. That is another good movie, I've heard. I have not seen that movie yet, though. None of the trilogy or however many Silence of the Lambs movies they made. I know they made 2 or 3. But while that was happening in 1992 as well, a man accidentally backed into an Oakland A's Jose Canseco's $225,000 Lamborghini. Aye. Well, that's a the phone call to the insurance guy. You backed into what? And 1996, Lara hits 146 cricket not out in ODI versus New Zealand at Port of Spain. Okay. And 1996 as well, Prince Edward and girlfriend Sophie visited Greystoke Castle. Alright, whoop-de-doo, why is that highlighted? Why do we care? So, anyway, 1997, Nabisco Dina Shore Women's Golf, Mission Hills Country Club. 41-year-old Betsy King won her third title in this event, 2 strokes ahead of Chris Tischler and Amy Frenworth, last of her 6 major titles. 1997 as well, PGA Players Championship TPC at Sawgrass. Steve Ellikin of Australia led wire to wire to win his second PCA title, a record 7 strokes ahead of runner-up Scott Hodge. Huh. Why does this guy look like he's all chin? In the year 2000, Richard Branson was knighted by Charles, Prince of Wales, for services to entrepreneurship at Buckingham Palace in London. I would have rather got knighted by the Queen, if anything, but whatever. 1 year later, 2001, at 15 years, 9 months, U.S. swimmer Michael Phelps broke 200-meter butterfly world record at the U.S. World Championship Trials at Austin, Texas, becoming the youngest male to set a world mark. 15 years. Wow. So he's not much older than me. 2003, in a final match decider, England defeated Ireland 42-6 in Dublin to complete a Grand Slam and win the Six Nations Rugby Championship. Johnny Wilkinson kicked 3 conversions, a penalty, and 2 drop goals for England. Cricket. Oh, wait, no, that was rugby. Sorry. So, here we go. WrestleMania 2003, WrestleMania 19, Safeco Field, Seattle, Washington, with a population of 54,097 people in the stands. Brock Lesnar won WWE Heavyweight Championship against Kurt Angle. $500 per seat, but you only need the Edge this Sunday. Anyway, 2008, oh God, more WrestleMania, WrestleMania 24, Florida Citrus Bowl, Orlando, Florida. Kane defeated Chavo Guerrero, Randy Orton defeated Triple H, and John Cena in a title triple threat match. The Undertaker downed Edge. WrestleMania 2008 as well. Wait, we already read this. Why does that guy look, oh my God, he does look like an Undertaker. That is a rather terrifying photo. Moving on up to 2013, Kenya's Supreme Court declared Uhuru Kenyatta the rightful winner of the Kenyan presidential election. Yeah, his family started the country. So, 2017, ex-South Korean President Park Geun-hye was arrested in corruption investigation. Yeah, first female president of South Korea. Yeah, you're not making a good look for your gender there, lady. So, I mean, you're just proving the stereotype's true right there. 2018, country singer-songwriter Casey Musgraves released her fourth album, Golden Hour, Grammy Album of the Year 2019. And speaking of 2019, Pope Francis arrived in Rabat, Morocco on his first ever visit to the Maghreb region of northern Africa. While that was happening in 2019 as well, Swedish gamer and YouTuber PewDiePie overtaken by Indian channel T-Series as YouTube channel with most subscribers, both had 92 million. Whoop-de-freaking-do, who cares? Who cares? I don't. 2022, Bruce Willis announced he is stepping away from acting after a diagnosis of aphasia. Oh, wow. So this is the dementia thing, right? So, aphasia. Let's see here. Loss of ability to understand or express speech caused by brain damage. That sucks. I'll take it easy, Bruce Willis. You put in your chips there, man. Like, made a really a lot of good movies, and just take it easy for the rest of your days. Rest in, 2022 Israel. Rock band Foo Fighters canceled their world tour after the unexpected death of their drummer Taylor Hawkins in Bogota, Colombia. It sounds like murder to me. And last but not least, well, actually last and least, 2022, some cricket history. State memorial service held for Australian cricketing great Shane Warne at Melbourne Cricket Ground, attended by 50,000. Alright, so last but not least, so I thought this was just another cricket crap, but it was for somebody's death, so yeah, rest in peace. Anyway, before we move on to the bursts and deaths, audience, were there any articles that grabbed your attention more than most? Anything you wish we had elaborated more about? Anything you would have liked to say had you been here? Start a dialogue in the comments section. Moving on in the burst, starting us off in 1135, we have Moses Maimonides, was a Jewish philosopher, jurist, and physician, born in Cordoba, died in 1204. We also have Mehmed the Conqueror, 1432, was an Ottoman Sultan from 1444 through 45 and 1451 through 81, who conquered Constantinople, born in Idrin, Ottoman Sultanate. Alright, so yeah, the Muslims overtaking the Christians, yet again. They took Jerusalem, they took Constantinople, now they're taking all of Europe and the U.S. So, yep. John Trenchard, 1649, English radical Whig politician and statesman, born in Lynchnant, Matreviders, Dorset. Let's have Francisco Goya, 1746, Spanish romantic painter and printmaker, the 3rd of May, 1808. Why are you pinging me? Born in Fuengirola, Spain. Okay, anyway, we also have Robert Bunsen, 1811, German chemist who invented the Bunsen burner, born in Gotland, Westphalia, Rhine Confederation. Alright, well, thank you for the Bunsen burner. Like, for anybody who doesn't know what a Bunsen burner is, Bunsen burner. It's this. It's for chemistry. So, it's basically just a torch. Anyway, going to move on up to Vincent van Gogh, born on this date in 1853. Actually, I'm going to do this. Boom, there we go. He was a Dutch artist, painter, and pioneer of Expressionism, the potato eaters, irises, and sunflowers, born in Groot, Zundert, Netherlands. He was born in Groot, huh? But yeah, we were just talking about sunflowers. Man, he painted a lot more than those three, but these are just three of many. We also have Ingvar Kamprad, 1926, Swedish eccentric businessman, founder of IKEA, and author, The Testament of a Furniture Dealer, born in Pajattered, Sweden. John Aston, he's 93 today, happy birthday. Born in 1930, he is a U.S. actor. I'm Dickens, he's Fenster. The Addams Family, born in Baltimore, Maryland. John, did he play the husband? Let's see here. Yeah, Gomez. Addams Family. Yeah, he played Gomez. What's his face? Or Gomez Adams, I guess. Yeah. We also have Warren Beatty, 86 today, 1937. A U.S. actor, Bonnie and Clyde Shampoo and Dick Tracy, born in Richmond, Virginia. We also have Jerry Lucas, 1940. He's 83 today. NBA center, Olympic gold 1960 for the New York Knicks. Born in Middletown, Ohio. So not Northtown, Southtown, Easttown, Westtown, Middletown. He was born in the center of the rose. That's what it's called, the Compass Rose. Eric Clapton, 1945, is an English singer and guitarist. Cream, Sunshine of Your Love, Derek and the Dominoes, Lila, Solo, Tears in Heaven. Born in Ripley, Surrey, England. He's 78 today. Happy birthday. Robbie Coltrane, 1950, Scottish comedian and BAFTA award-winning actor. Cracker, Harry Potter films, Nuns on the Run, as well as In Bruges. You got to check out In Bruges. That is a really good movie. Born in Rutherglen, South Lancashire. Passed away, unfortunately, 2022. This is the guy who played Hagrid. May you rest in peace, Mr. Coltrane. You're a great actor, dude. We also have Tracy Chapman, who's 59 today, 1964, U.S. Grammy Award-winning singer-songwriter. Fast Car, Give Me One Reason, born in Cleveland, Ohio. We also have Celine Dion, 55 today, born in 1968, Canadian singer. My Heart Will Go On, The Power of Love, and Tell Him, born in Charlemagne, Quebec. Secretariat, 1970, a U.S. thoroughbred racehorse, Triple Crown, 1973, born in Caroline County, Virginia. Died in 1989, so 19 years old. Super horse. Let's have Nora Jones, 44 today, born in 1979, a U.S. pop and jazz singer and pianist. Come Away With Me, born in Brooklyn, New York. Who else do we have today? Sergio Ramos, 37 today, 1986, Spanish soccer defender, Europe's most capped male outfield player, Real Madrid. Born in Cama, Seville, Andalusia, whatever, okay. I've never heard of that name. Richard Sherman, 35 today, 1988, a U.S. NFL cornerback, San Francisco 49ers, born in Compton, California. Ooh, that's where the hard people come from. Moving on up, 2 deaths, starting us off in 988, we have Arnulf II, Count of Flanders, 965 through 988, died. Okay. We also have Leon Blum, died on this date in 1950, was the Prime Minister of France, People's Front Government, died at the age of 77. Who else do we have? James Cagney, 1986, a U.S. actor, Yankee Doodle Dandy, died at 86. All right. So we have Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, 2002. So Queen Elizabeth I, British consort of King George VI, and Queen Mother, after his death, died at the age of 101. Wow. Michael King, 2004, New Zealand historian and author, Penguin History of New York, or of New Zealand, sorry, and died in a car crash at the age of 58. That is unfortunate right there. Who else do we have? Bill Withers, died on this date 3 years ago in 2020, was a U.S. singer, songwriter, and rhythm and blues musician. Ain't no sunshine till you're gone, lean on me, and just the two of us. Man, I know all of these songs. Died of heart complications at 81. Well, may you rest in peace. You had some really good stuff there, my friend. Anyway, happy birthday to the births, rest in peace to the deaths, and that shall conclude the show. Once again, you can check the underbar of the description for any links you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things OMNI Coalition. For your dose of past events daily, we stream every day at 10 in the morning Pacific Time, which is 11 Mountain, 12 Central, and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For all of you and all of us, I am Xander, and you are you. Until you catch us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!